1800 hours, Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Farzana Khan. First, the headlines. Prime Minister is directed to pay all the outstanding amounts of media. Imran Khan says the government has introduced a comprehensive reforms program to improve health sector. President is directed to ensure secrecy of vote and transparency in I-voting, that is internet voting process, while developing electronic voting system. The European Union will provide a grant assistance of 3.6 billion rupees to Pakistan for the support of rule of law program. Government is determined to remove all hurdles in bilateral trade with Afghanistan. In occupied Kashmir, the All-Party Hurriyat Conference has called upon the United Nations to recognize peaceful settlement of the Kashmir dispute as per relevant resolutions of Security Council. And now the news in detail. The Federal Cabinet has deferred the proposal to enhance license fee of Pakistan Television. Briefing media after the Cabinet meeting in Islamabad this evening, Information Minister Syed Shibli Faraz said this proposal was discussed in the Cabinet in the wake of financial difficulties being faced by the PTV. He said previous governments have brought the PTV to the verge of collapse by making political appointments in the organization. He said restructuring of the PTV has been approved and the proposal regarding enhancing PTV license fee has been deferred till the next week for detailed deliberations over the matter. The minister said the cabinet also appreciated Prime Minister Imran Khan's decision of making it compulsory for public office holders to declare their assets to ensure transparency and to increase people's confidence on their representatives. Syed Shibli Faraz said the Prime Minister also directed to pay all the outstanding amounts of media. Prime Minister Imran Khan says the government has introduced a comprehensive reforms program to improve healthcare sector in the country. In a social media post, the Prime Minister regretted that in the past the health sector was intentionally ignored and required funds were not provided. He said people had to face immense problems due to poor healthcare system. The Prime Minister said COVID-19 crisis also affected the healthcare infrastructure capacity. However, incumbent government took concrete steps to improve the system. President Dr. Arif Alvi has directed to ensure the secrecy of vote and transparency in the internet voting process while developing an electronic voting system. He was chairing a meeting in Islamabad today to review progress on the electronic voting system. The president was briefed about the steps being taken for establishing an effective and reliable I-voting system for overseas Pakistanis. It was apprised that all measures are being taken for the development of a foolproof voting system. The president directed that the I-voting system must be transparent and people should have complete confidence in it. The European Union will provide a grant assistance of 3.6 billion rupees to Pakistan for the support of rule of law program. An agreement to this effect was signed by the Secretary Ministry of Economic Affairs Noor Ahmed and EU Charge d'Affaires Anne Markel in Islamabad today. The grant will be utilized in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and Balochistan, where the rule of law program will be implemented over a period of 5 years. Under this program, the efficiency of police and judiciary will be enhanced. The program will also help the citizens to better understand legal matters, their rights, and functioning of the legal system. Special Assistant to the Prime Minister on Establishment Shehzad Arbab visited Torkham border today and discussed the clearance of containers of Afghan transit trade with all stakeholders. Speaking on the occasion, he said the government is determined to remove all hurdles in bilateral trade with Afghanistan. This is Radio Pakistan giving you the news. 1,000 new coronavirus cases were reported in the country during the last 24 hours, taking the total tally to 266,096. These include 90,444 in Punjab, 11,300,522 in Sindh, 32,243 in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, 11,441 in Balochistan, 14,625 in Islamabad, 1,868 in Gilgit-Baltistan, and 1,092 in Azad Kashmir. The death toll from the virus stands at 5,639, with 40 deaths reported during the last 24 hours. 2,08,030 patients have so far recovered from the disease. The number of coronavirus cases across the world has crossed 14.8 million, while the pandemic has claimed more than 6,14,000 lives so far. The United States is the worst hit, where cases have mounted over 3.9 million and the death toll reached over 1,43,800. In Brazil, 2.1 million cases have been reported, while death toll reached over 80,000. In the UK, more than 45,000 people lost their lives, while nearly 300,000 cases have been reported. More than 8.9 million patients have recovered from the disease across the world. The Supreme Court has suspended the Peshawar High Court's order for release of 2 alleged terrorists. A 3-member bench headed by Justice Mushir Alam heard the case in Islamabad today. The court has sought record of the cases of those 196 alleged terrorists from the federal government. It has also issued notices to all parties, including the federal government. Military courts has sentenced these 1,096 people for their involvement in terrorism, while Peshawar High Court had ordered for their release. One person was killed and 7 others injured in a bomb blast at a market in Tarlai this morning. According to police, the bomb was planted in a bike. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Imran Khan and Federal Minister for Interior Ejaz Ahmed Shah have strongly condemned the blast in Turbat. They expressed grief and sorrow over the loss of life in the blast and prayed for the early recovery of the injured. The Interior Minister said the improved law and order situation is upsetting the enemies of the country. He said terrorists would never be allowed to succeed in their nefarious designs. The meeting of Central Rohit-e-Hilal Committee will be held in Karachi today for sighting of Zul-Hajj 1441 Hijri moon. Chairman of the committee, Mufti Munibur Rahman, will preside over the meeting. The meetings of zonal and district Rohit-e-Hilal committees will also be held at their respective headquarters. In occupied Kashmir, the All-Party Hurriyat Conference has called upon the United Nations to negotiate peaceful settlement of the Kashmir dispute as per relevant resolutions of Security Council. APHC spokesman in a statement issued in Srinagar also urged the United Nations and international community to prevail upon Modi-led fascist government in India to stop atrocities in occupied Jammu and Kashmir. Meanwhile, Grand Mufti of Kashmir, Mufti Nasirul Islam, All Parties Hurriyat Conference spokesman and Tehreek-e-Wahdatul Islami, in their statements in Srinagar, while expressing serious concern over the arrival of thousands of non-locals in the Kashmir Valley, asked India to come clean about their purpose of coming to the territory. Jammu and Kashmir Youth Social Forum chairman Umar Adil Dar, while addressing a party meeting in Srinagar, expressed concern about the pathetic condition of Kashmiri political prisoners languishing in different Indian jails. In Afghanistan, 20 Taliban have been killed during a series of airstrikes in Kandahar province. According to Afghan Special Forces, airstrikes were carried out in Makin and Bagh villages of Daman district. The United Nations has asked all warring parties in Libya to immediately announce ceasefire as agreed in the Berlin Conference. In a statement, a UN spokesman, Stephane Dujarric, said there is no military solution to the current crisis and there must be an immediate ceasefire. Meanwhile, the UN Libyan officials also discussed resuming political dialogue as per Berlin Conference conclusions. And finally, we have the weather report for you. Mainly dry weather is expected in most parts of the country during the next 24 hours. However, rain and thunderstorms are expected at a few places in Gilgit-Baltistan and Kashmir. To end the news, well, here once again are the headlines. Prime Minister is directed to pay all the outstanding amounts of media. Imran Khan says the government has introduced a comprehensive reforms program to improve health sector. President is directed to ensure secrecy of vote and transparency in voting, internet voting process while developing electronic voting system. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analyses, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.